morning all. Controls will be set to manual, following your request. Thank you for choosing High Warp. We hope you have a pleasant journey.
Alrighty. Video games are underway. YouTube is not letting me grab this volume slider. It's specifically slower with the, it's so confusing. It's slower on this account specifically, the one that I use for streaming, and not my personal YouTube account. Whatever. But anyway, if you were here on Monday, you might realize that this doesn't look like the Decker stream. So let's see, I will get up my stuff here, and I'll show you what I've learned, but why I'm resuming regular development. Okay, let's get into it. So if you remember last time, I was playing with this tool called Decker. Basically a little thing for making sort of little presentation type things, or like sort of, it's comparable, well, it's based on a tool called HyperCard, which I'm not sure exactly what it is, but basically it's like oh, that's weird. I didn't realize it switches windows. But okay, so like we have these little things. So I can add like buttons and stuff, so let's go to the next card. So we have like buttons and that stuff. Go to next. So my idea was to spend a week making something for the Decker Game Jam, so using this tool, but then also to make something for something called the Pretentious Jam, which, as you might imagine, is to make something without like fear of being called pretentious. So just make whatever, the most hoity-toity thing you can think of. And then, so my idea was to make something that was based on Immanuel Kant's Critique of Pure Reason, and some weird comparisons between it and the rise of machine learning. Because I do think there are similarities, but what I did last time was I couldn't figure out how to make this thing work the way I wanted it to, so I will show what I learned, which is that you can just call functions normally. Because originally I had like deck.event save item me, which this does the exact same thing in this scenario. Because I forgot these are events, so like if you get an event and then the object doesn't know what the event is, it just bubbles it up. So like if I clicked on the burger, and now we go up here, I got burger. And so I can click on the banana, and then we got banana. Look at that, incredible. So whole, full adventure game style thing, and then when you click on them again after having them, it doesn't do anything, because you already have them. And so where I learned a lot of this stuff was the creator of Decker has a bunch of tutorials and a bunch of what are called contraptions, which are basically like custom. So if we go into here, contraptions are like pre-built things that you can create yourself. So I could turn this into a contraption maybe somehow if I figured out how contraptions work. But so last time I only streamed for 50 minutes because I got like a 75-minute phone call right in the middle of streaming and had to cancel. But I was also sort of struggling to figure out how any of this stuff worked. Because the big complaint that I have is, so if I do this, alerts, hello. So this, great, beautiful. However, let's try with parentheses. That evaluates to just the string hello. And last time I was confused because it's like, you know, because I had this code in my file. And I was like, well, why isn't it alerting? I thought, you know, it'd alert. And so I copied it and pasted it, and then it, you know, returned hello. And I was like, oh, okay, so I guess it does something different in the console, and therefore must do something different in the context that I'm calling it, so I can't call it from the script or whatever. When in reality, this is not a valid expression. It just has a very... it just doesn't handle errors. It just turns them into... It just makes them work somehow. Like, I could do probably, like... not a method plus a... What does this do? Yeah, like... So you can see that it, anytime there's an invalid expression, it turns it into the number 0, and then somehow in this particular invalid expression it returns a string, so it's very confusing to figure that out. So basically, it's not really a thing where you learn it inside of it, because it doesn't have the error messages. You'd have to learn it just in the tutorials and in the, like, examples. And there are quite a lot of examples, because I think the creator just also uses it for their own projects. But yeah, overall, because I'm not going to use it much more, my opinion is it's pretty cool still. I think now that I've gotten the hang of it, it is time to dump the project and work on something else. Oh wait, I will show how far I got. Because yeah, there's two main reasons that I'm doing this. One is, I got to like this point of development for the game, and then I was like, I have no idea what I'm actually doing. I basically know nothing about the Critique of Pure Reason. Like, I have read like 100 pages of the book. I don't understand any of it. Well, I do, but not in a way that would actually make for an interesting video game. And so I was reading the Wikipedia article, and I was like, this isn't even like a thing that I'm interested in. Like, if I'm reading the Wikipedia article on the subject of the game that I'm making, what if I just make a game that isn't, like, something where I have to read the Wikipedia article? Though I do think this is a funny little title screen. But I also realized, at the Ends of Eras, this is like the last quest. Like, this is sort of an optional thing, because this one's sort of like, well, Persephone's a weird case where she's basically just a guide for the player to like indirectly push them toward the main content of the game. That's how I envision her, at least. So once this is done, this is like the video game. And I've been thinking about ideas for it, because this is a very complicated but very interesting quest to me. So if I'm more energetic about my main game than this side project, why am I making the side project? Like, the entire point of it was to get me energized, but I'm already energized. In fact, way more energized about the game itself. So anyway, that was my little foray into Decker. I'll probably be back to it once I want to do something with it. Probably once I get the actual, all of the quests, like a first pass of them done. Oh yeah. The plan now. So, my plan for it is that the main story is done on September 30th. Which actually we'll probably be able to do earlier. And then the thematic pass, I'm calling it, is November 30th, which is basically I'll spend a couple months basically playing and replaying the game to figure out, like, okay, what would make this feel like a whole story, like a complete story. And then I want to take one of these quests and then just push them to like what I think is the final level of quality. And so I'll spend a few months designing tools and systems and art assets and whatever else I think I need to make just like, this is what the game is going to look like. And then I can give that out to people to play test, because I think, you know, it'd be the final-ish version, but it'd be flexible enough where I could actually change things. And so those are the plans for like the next like year. And hopefully the quests won't take 4 months each to get up to that final level of quality, because the assumption is a lot of the systems I'll be able to reuse, like character generation or whatever I have to design. But okay. So now, let us go to the tree tower. So all of that to say, we will finally make video game. Eventually. Video game. Godot loves just taking its sweet time starting up. Is it like the hard drive? I mean, the hard drive is spinning. What is this? Oh yeah, this was my thoughts on Decker. Basically describing the same things I was talking about, like the fact that every invalid expression turns to 0 makes it very difficult to figure out what's happening. But the tutorials supplanted a lot, or the examples as well. Okay. But so this quest I've been thinking thoughts on. Where's Riley's hat? Oh, it's here. Okay. So the basic plot is going to be, I'll say, meet Riley. So you can meet her at any of, there's going to be 5 locations, I think. Actually, let's do that. Because Riley is going to be sort of like the secondary, like, main quest. She's going to be one of the main recurring characters. Because I think anytime there's, like, these sort of ruins, Riley is going to be there. And the player and her are going to interact. And then she'll, like, either tag along or not, depending on how I feel about it. But so it's going to be like Tower 113. So if we go to here. So this will be, I guess, where the player gets the gun or something like that. And then gravity, gun, time, gun. See, we get the pistol here. Well, actually, we should always get the pistol. We should get the pistol from any of these. Hover scooter. So I guess even the, I guess the bubble shot actually is not from there. Okay, so basically Riley gives the player the pistol. Riley is involved in getting the gravity gun, the time gun, and the hover scooter. So that gives us 4 locations. So maybe, I mean, maybe it's just 4 locations. Because I don't need to make more content than I can make. Yeah, okay. I'll just say that that is that. And then eventually I'll find a place to put the bubble shot that's actually sensible. Because it needs to be somewhere around here so the player can actually platform up this thing. And then I'll probably put secrets around here. But okay, so we have the 4 locations, and then end game, get the 5th capacitor, and I know how that's done, but I won't spoil it for you guys. And then open the tower, or access the tower. Because basically, the story of this quest is Riley has found sort of a back entrance into this mysterious tower. You know, there's a cave, and then you have to come up through the floor, and then there's like a little maintenance area in here that she's discovered. And there are like 5 capacitors missing. And from what the player and what Riley has seen from the rest of the game, anytime you have these capacitors unlock the doors. So you need to roam around to different ruins, getting the different capacitors. And Riley is going to be there with you, tagging along. And what's going to happen is, I want it to be primarily a way of developing the character Jackie. Basically, Riley and Jackie talk about other things while they're doing this stuff. Hang on, I'm fiddling with my tablet now. Oh yeah, I found out where it was. I was getting mad on Monday that I couldn't find it. I literally just put it behind my laptop. Like, it was still plugged in. I just put the tablet behind it and forgot that I did that. So I'll have to figure out a better way of organizing stuff. But oh well. Oh. And then once we do that, there'll be sort of a final thing. Well, I guess, no, it'll be get invited to a wedding. Basically, Riley also has family that's getting married, so she invites you to it just because I thought that'd be an interesting, like, change of pace for the player. Instead of running around in these weird ruins, it's just like a regular, like, tradition, like a regular traditional wedding in this culture. And then that provides ample opportunity for talking about Jackie's, sort of exploring Jackie's personality and mindset for, like, coming out into this desert area. But now I need, in all 4 of these, so let's say, have an intro if the players never saved Riley. And then each one should then also have some unique challenge plus the thing. And I guess I can just put 3 of these arbitrarily. Well, no, actually, Tower 113 is, well, oh right, I remember now. Eventually, I need to add a motorcycle. It's vital for the game's balance. Or maybe a very limited fast travel system, because the hover scooter is too powerful. So I want it to be kind of an end game thing where you have to get some equipment. Oh wait, I remember one of these. The stairs. I don't think the staircase is going to be mandatory because it's, if we go to this, 5. It is straight up actually 5 kilometers straight down. So yeah, Riley will tag along, and you'll find something. Well, actually, I think you should find maybe not a capacitor, because again, if I want it to be optional, it can't have a capacitor because the capacitors are like there's a very specific economy for them. Because I basically need it to be that you do the end game stuff, or enter the end game, and then you go into the tower. But I mean, I guess that's all I really need to get started on this. So like, I guess I'll just do it right now. YouTube is so Gucci. And admittedly, this cover of Bramble Blast, what is it called? Is it called Bramble Blast? That doesn't sound right. It's just making me want to listen to the original one. Okay, whatever. We need Riley. We're just gonna put Riley in a bunch of places, and then she's gonna tag along however she's supposed to. Because she's unique from other characters because she... I guess let's do like a spatial. So like with, or like capacitor not found. And this will be a conditional not global stat. Basically, Riley will disappear from areas where you and her have found the capacitor. Let's go to 5 now. I don't know what you'll find in chunk 5, but it'll be something. Actually, let's just do Riley. And I think Riley should probably, like... I guess you should have just the alert syntax, or the alert little indicator above her head when you... before you talk to her. Let's put that in visuals, like, I don't know if that'll be strictly in this functional deadline part, but it'll be in here. Jackie, or no, First off, what the fuck was that? Okay. What was I even saying? Hang on. I just don't like this cover very much. Oh, right. Okay, so last time... Let's just add this. Junk 128. Junk content. There we go. Okay. Well... yeah, I'll do the most basic, like, thing right now. Of just, like, active entities. Or, like, yeah. See, I guess today what I'll do is I'll just spend my time making the actual, like, capacitors function and stuff like that. So this is like, no capacitor. Chunk, or no, not global stat, capacitor 128. So I'll have to bring back the levels for this section. Well, once it actually exists. Because Riley is basically the main, like, platforming quests. She's like a secondary path of the main story, basically. Okay, so where did I put the time gun? The time gun used to be in, like, 57. Or no, it was in 67 or 54 or something like that. And I think I'm going to move it somewhere else. Because I want the player to go to, like, weird places. Because right now, there's the tower right here. So this is where the player is first introduced to Riley. And then 128 is somewhere up in here. Yeah, so this is where 128 is, so that gets the player to go up here a little bit more. And then hopefully over the horizon they see like that or something and go over there, and then eventually I'll make content in this area. But yeah, previously it was here, but this is now where another main quest is, so maybe I'll push it a little bit further away. Maybe up here? Because then chunk 5 is right here. So the other areas that could use some attention are back in here behind the plateau. I could leave that as just a very out-of-the-way area, though. Oh, right. And also, unique to this specific YouTube account is the fact that YouTube does not automatically increment my playlists. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I guess for now, I guess I'm not even going to be designing the levels at this point, so I might as well put it just somewhere easy. Or, well, not easy, but not necessarily. Yeah, this is good enough. And then eventually we need, once you have all of them. Actually, once you have all of them, I think Riley will become like a permanent cross-chunk follower. So, Riley becomes a temporary while this is happening. And then the final thing, get the 5th capacitor, access the power. Riley becomes a cross-chunk follower. The moment you get the capacitor. Or I guess, yeah. And also I just had a funny idea. You can call Riley on the payphone. Because eventually I think the payphones could be kind of a useful mechanic in that then the player can just ask random people any questions without having to be like, oh, I have to like walk all the way back to that character. Because even with fast traveling, that's still just tedium. So it's just like, oh, I'll just find a phone and call him. like a real, like in the real world. But okay, active entities. No capacitor. And then, should have probably just done this as, well, whatever. I could have just copied and pasted it, but... So not global stat, capacitor. 044. And we will listen for change. She will be obliterated. And this one, not relevant now. But okay, there'll be some little funky thing off in the cliffs up here. And Riley will be trying to get to it. Wait. Wait, did I... Oh, wait, 5. Which means that I actually need a 5th location for Riley. So let's actually track... Or... Let's just say various location. Gravity gun, this will be 128. Actually, let's just tag it. Hover scooter. I guess it might as well be chunk 44. So that leaves the time gun with a place of its own. So we are here, here, here. Why is this place not... Hang on. Why is this view not correct? Like, when did it change to... Oh, well, whatever. So yeah, here, 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 here. Okay, so we have an arc like that. Let's put it... 61 seems about right. It's a little out of the way, but not too out of the way. And I like this little... This little area is kind of weird. Because it's much more... The sight lines are broken off a lot more than the rest of the areas, or the rest of the game. So yeah, let's say 61. And let's also do what I was saying. Oh, wait. No capacitor. Or I guess Riley incomplete. So this one will be unique. But we can still have this. All right. Where is Where's the thing? Oh, wait, no. Now we have the thing. Okay. Then we'll say... Oh, I see why this is all messed up. This is here. I was wondering why the colors were all wrong. But okay, I'll say we'll probably get our way up into here. Because there's basically already a quest that leads the player right into here. Oh, wait, and also we need... So we have the various locations. At least a couple of them need an extra medium. For story reasons, the player needs to discover that there's multiple mediums in the region. So I think having these ruins also have one of those would be good. So let's put this as chunk 061. And for now, I have a very brilliant idea, which is... Oh wait, this should be active keys. And this needs to be capacitor 005. So yeah, my brilliant idea is just put the thing here for now. We're just gonna have these capacitors. So this will be enabled, wisp visible, active, not locked, not lock on activation. So act name will be take... Oh wait, no, the act name is already taken care of by this stuff. So let's have actually export string var stats. This is weird. So interact player. There should be if active deactivates. Elif. Wait, and we don't get... So if not auto. And then also if stats. Global.add stats. Wait, no, let's set stat. Well, do we need... No, we don't need that. Oh, wait, no, this is incorrect. Okay, how do we get the capacitor? If active, take capacitor. If not global capacitor count... Okay, so that all makes sense. So then, if it's active, we deactivate it. And when we deactivate it, why does it change the act name? Like, this doesn't need to be here, because it does this automatically. Global.add item capacitor. If stat global.set stat. Okay, there we go. Then we can do still active true. And we can have capacitor.visible equals A. Oh, and then we can do this here. Oh wait, no. We actually need this here. So then we can do... Oh wait, I remember why I did this. Set stats active. Or let's do like tract. Or no. Capacitor. Stat. There we go. Oh. Okay, there we go. So now what this does is when you press the use key on it and it's active, you remove the capacitor from it and disable it. Okay, let's see if that works. Not quite. And once I prove that this works, I'll just put this capacitor thing in all the other relevant chunks, and then I'll just put the items that are relevant to that quest right next to it. Because right now, I don't really need to test making a level, because I'm operating under the assumption that I can eventually make a level that has content in it. And really, my main question now is, can I make the dialogue between Jackie and Riley seem interesting and build in an organic way over the course of this quest, so that way I can reveal details about Jackie that are relevant for the main story. Wow, it's taking its sweet time, isn't it? I hate video games. They're always so slow. Like, look at that. I pressed that button like 6 times. But okay, let's find Riley. She should be somewhere up in this little corner here. There she is. Well, Riley's not here, but... Oh, I see. You need to refresh. Huh. So how do we... Maybe I should have a signal there, then. Or maybe it should every frame get the act name, but that'd be kind of tedious. I guess I could do... Oh wait, no. What was I setting anyway? No, I guess from here. Okay, so I think that would have been irrelevant anyway. Let's go to player. Get act. So act name. Oh, I bet you it's in the UI. Interact prompt. So let's just do like function update. Set text. Or like, let's just do like update text. Do I need something different for this? No, I don't think I do. And basically now what I can do is I can just have the prompt do this. So like, show prompt interactable. Great. Interactable. And we'll just do like prompt. Wait, what? UI.showActPrompt. UI. Okay. Let's go to the UI. Because I need to edit 50 fucking things. So like, why is this? Why did I design this way? Like, let's just have like activate and deactivate or something. Oh wait. UI.actPrompt.update. Or I guess I can just do update text here. And that should hopefully not destroy anything. And then once we get this done, I'll go to the door and I'll make sure the door works, and then we'll do something, and then I'll plot and plan the basic ideas for, I guess the, what should I do after this? I guess it should be the broad outlines of what I want to actually happen with the characters. There we go. And then what if I did global.item or remove item capacitor? Okay. So if you get an item removed while you're looking at it, it won't update, but that's not even a thing that happens ever. Because you always have to do something to get an item removed, or at least a capacitor. You can shoot well, you can't even shoot bullets. The guns have infinite ammo now. Okay, so that all looks good. And then I can make sure that the stat actually, let's go. Actually, thinking about it. I'll leave the jank. Basically, if you pick up this capacitor and walk away, this character will despawn because the capacitor is no longer here. But then if you come back and insert it again, she will respawn eventually once the chunk is reloaded. But she won't act like she'll have no special dialogue about it. She'll just assume you haven't done the quest yet, even if you clearly have. But I'm just going to accept that as a jank, because, like, if the player is deliberately doing things like that... I mean, I could also just disable... inserting... Yeah, I could just do that, like... Once you take it, I could just make it so that you can't put it back. Let's have that as an option. Export tool bar lock on capacitor removed. And that'll be false by default, because sometimes I do that. Also, do we even have like a can interact thing? Oh, right, we have enabled somewhere in here. But okay, let's do if, no, activate. If lock on activation, if lock on capacitor removed, lock. Oh wait, and this should be persistent. So I should probably do... I'll just put that in bugs. Interactables need to save if they're locked and stuff. Oh wait, but I guess at the very least, the power things actually... No wait, now that I think about it. This already does this properly because, like, for example, lock is set in the ready function because it does this activation and stuff. So that's good. But, nah, you know what? I'll just say, nah, it should be handled by whatever. So it should be handled by whatever's disabling it. Return value discarded. I actually heard recently that JavaScript has a void operator where you just call it... Wait, actually... Oh, no. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Because I would love a keyword just like ignore. So that way it's clear that I'm not, you know, doing this. Because this is just too much typing for me. Actually, no, okay. Or it's just kind of a clunky thing. But okay, so we got that. So now let's put the capacitors next to these things. So we need it to be specifically like this one. Generally. Wrong thing, game. I clearly copied this. There we go. So yeah, right now our brilliant thing is going to be these. Wait, we also need capacitor stat. Did I do this correctly here? I guess admittedly, this is still... I guess this is kind of in the spirit of my, like, first draft stuff. But it should be more, like, answering the hard questions of this quest, because the hard question isn't whether or not I can make a thing that, like, updates when you take the item. But I guess I shouldn't. Well, wait, where the fuck is this thing? Ah, well. But I guess this serves as, like, the basic the basic framework, so I can just see the video game exist and function. And then this one, we don't actually need anything from that. Because now it's going to be, there's 4 of these. And then there's the 5th one that you get. Yeah. Okay, and then let's put the thing... Video game. Eventually. Take your time, Godot. I got all the time in the world. Okay. There is just something wrong with how it handles this mesh. It's not... Like, it is not that much data. Like, I know that these are big-ish meshes, what, with like 2,500 triangles? A whopping 2,500 triangles? Actually, let's double check that. Because I'm pretty sure these are 50 by 50 squares. So it would be 5,000 because it's 50 times 50 times 2. Okay, so 5,000 triangles. It's a 5... You know, I can really see why Godot is utterly dying. Alright, let's do, what, times 144. So at 720,000 triangles. Like, how many meshes, or how many triangles is, like, the average AAA character? Like, actually, let's check this. Okay, so about 80,000 or 80,000 triangles. Let's see. So Overwatch characters are like 20,000. Okay, so this is about the geometric complexity of like 5 The Last of Us characters. And the game just chugs for several seconds as it loads it every single time. And in fact, not even loading it, just switching. So if I do this, and then I do this. Okay, so it seems like it does some sort of like memory thing where it just unloads it from memory then. Which I guess is more excusable, but it's also still like 5 characters from a Last of Us game. Because I think Godot does something really fucked up with the collision meshes. Like, it generates them, like, one vertex at a time and, like, pushes them and constantly reallocates the array or something like that. Because I remember looking at the code and being like... And seeing literally it constructing the vertices, like, the arrays one at a time, instead of being like, here is the length of vertices, allocate that much space, put the vertices in the space for the vertices. But I'll have to double check. Because I only complain about that because it took like a full minute sitting there. Oh well. Okay. Let's go to 121. So for now what I'm going to do is... we're just going to no-clip into here, into the triangle. Active entities. CSG box. And while I do this, I've been thinking about sort of like a deep divide that I have internally. Hang on, I'm going to lower this volume a little bit. Of like, do I want to make content or do I want to make structures for content? Because I still love the idea of like making my own engine, but that is time that's taken away from making a game within an engine. Even if I think I could make an engine that's very suited to my needs and like very suited to what I want from a game engine. It's still like I can make the things that I want to make in Godot. Like there's nothing that I can imagine where I just can't do it. Can I? God damn it. Control C. Control V. But I still just I like making little technical things. I like making, like when I was playing with Decker, a lot more of my excitement was from the idea of making something like Decker, rather than actually using it. And so I think I guess what I could just do is, as sort of like an intermediary thing, really try to make the stuff that I've made here like a framework that other people can use in Godot, and then use that to sort of dip my toes into the idea of building an engine. And plus then people can like, plus then I'm like building on things that people have. Oh yeah, I just realized none of these are correct because these should not be active. They should be lock on activation, lock on that, no stat. Actually, they shouldn't be lock on activation either. Because the player might accidentally insert something and then like permanently soft lock themselves if I do it too wrong. But okay, let's do a kinematic body. So I'm just gonna have a door. Shape. And then mesh, instance. There we go. And then door. Oh wait, no. Layer. Animation. Layer. Okay. Because then I can do door. And then activates. And for now, this will be a very simple test thing. Because I think the amount of energy, this is one of the only times in the entire game where I actually use this energy system, where the door needs to be opened with this. Or let's do like tower 121 slash oh, or let's, I guess it's fine. Or maybe like door 121. Slash open. How does this track stat work? Okay, so if track stat not equal to 121 door slash track stat. Okay. Power 121. Let's say that. So now we can get all of these. These will be toggled. On toggles? Yeah. Yeah, and I think my next game will probably... Yeah, I guess it should be Godot. That would be the rational thing to do. And then it would just build on this system. Oh wait, actually, we need 6 capacitors here. So this is actually an interesting game balancing thing. But you know, you get a capacitor at the very start of the game to sort of introduce and activate the medium. But I don't want you to save that capacitor, do all this stuff, and then open the door. So you actually need to get 2 capacitors for the end game. And you can just put it in here, but then you can just remove it. So it's like, should hopefully not soft lock the player. Oh wait, hang on. Am I saying the gameplay capture is broken again? And I'll have to flip back and forth from the different, like, capture modes again? Because my mouse was moving, but I couldn't see it on screen, which is always the sign that it fucked up. No, okay, now it's fine. Okay, it's just something weird with alt-tabbing. But okay. We have our power things. Oh. Alright, and this needs to be now 6. I have a randomized speed flag? Why did I put that there? Weird. Hmm. And I guess I could just make Riley not relevant. Well, I should say not mandatory. And also, speaking of mandatory, I have to click... Oh wait, no. There's just something... I think the song is just muted. I clicked and YouTube is frozen. Where is Riley, actually? Why is she gone here? So not global stat, capacitor 061. Stats? Oh wait, I betcha. These things are not persistent. No, they should be persistent. Because don't they have, like, if global has stat, active equals blah. So what's the stat here? Get path plus activated. Okay, so we have the power things activated. There. No, but that's just for 124. I don't understand why Riley isn't here. I think maybe I did something just wrong with the conditionals. Or maybe Jak or Riley herself, I've messed her up somehow. Oh, wait. Because I have a required saved flag on her. Yeah, I betcha that flag is interfering, and she's deleted now. Because I haven't saved her yet. Yeah, now the way she works is going to be different. Okay. What are the other ones? 44? Should be... There we go. Okay, so what I need to do next is 121. Oh, Coolio. But hang on, I'm gonna use the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. So we were here, in my exciting fall down to the world. Why did the... Huh. Oh well. Okay. Where is... Oh. Put it a little too low. I forgot about the terrain in here. Oh wait. But it'll still work. I didn't have 6 capacitors. Hang on. Global.gameState. Wait, let's just do global.count capacitor. I have 4 capacitors? How did that work? Hang on. No, okay. I thought maybe there was just a bug with that, but I think maybe something to do with saving and loading. Let's save and quit here. Let's see what these look like if they're persistent and stuff. Because it should be that at 113, 128, 44, and 61, there are no capacitors. But here, there should be all 6 of them. Why did the game not save? Okay, so this door is open still. That's good. And then if we go to 128... Okay, so basic functions of the game appear to still be working. I assume maybe that something in my testing made it so that I could pick up multiple capacitors twice or something like that. Oh, that's what keeps killing the frame rate in here. Okay. I'm going to assume that all seems to be working. So let's say, I don't know. I'm going to give myself some feedback. So like capacitors, items, levels, dialogue. So capacitors are done. Let's put in the basic items now. Hang on, this is driving me fucking crazy. Item pickup. Why did I not just make a, like, weapon underscore thing pickup? Like, what's wrong with me? Okay. Let's do new inherited, new inherited, new inherited, new inherited. Yep. Pistol. Pick up. And this should have weapon pistol. Or like his pistol mesh. Okay. So this is an entity's no, items. Let's say weapons. Okay, weapon, grav gun. Pick up. And then weapon time gun pickup. And what's the other thing that I need? Weapon wave shot pickup. Is that weapon time? Yeah. Weapon wave shot. Yep. And then do we also need the hover scooter? We do. So we'll do new inherited scene. Hover scooter pickup. And this will go into, I guess, usable. Okay. So now, I can finally, at long last, do a gravity gun. Beautiful. And what did I say this one was going to be? Tower 13, gravity gun, 128. Hover scooters 44. Okay. Maybe I should make it so that you have to press the button to get items picked up. But maybe that sort of like defeat the spirit of items. 5-kilometer staircase has nothing. So actually, I think this one's kind of the least important of all of these. So like, what's even in here? It might just be a fun little diversion. But okay, the time gun is 61. Did someone knock on my door? I don't know if somebody knocked on my door, just like fell. Okay, time, gun, pick up. So now the player can completely legitimately get all of the items in the game except the pistol, which you get directly from Riley herself, which I guess I'll do now. Let's say, so the tower, 113, and then trunk 044. Which one is this one again? And then probably, you know what, let's say, just for the fun of it, your reward is the least accessible medium at the very bottom of it. Well, yeah, I guess that's fine. Because that means there's now 4 mediums, so if we go to the map. Because there's basically one here, one out. No, not one out here. So one here, one here. Should there be one here? That's a little close. Because you can just hop down here. So here, here. Up in here would be a good one. Was that 61? No. 61 is already really close to 1, actually. So yeah, 44 up here would be a really useful one. And then 5 would be okay. Because we already have one at 49. Yeah, that's good enough for me. In fact, let's even put one junk 128 as well. But okay. This will be in the levels section of this. And admittedly, I won't actually design interesting levels right now, but... Okay, dialogue. Always have an intro if the player's never seen Save Riley. Oh yeah, I need to fix Riley. Because yeah, now she has this. So let's do only if saved. Delete if saved. Both of those are now false. Okay. So let's have unique entries for each of these. Custom entry 128. Entry 113. 304. Uh, 361, entry 5. Okay. Is YouTube working? Is it? I can't hear anything. Oh, okay. It's just like the world's quietest music. Actually, I bet you it's gonna make me eat those words very soon. But okay. Wait, why did it... Hang on. What? Wait, hang on. Why is this... Hang on. There we go. Now they won't be this by default. So let's make sure that these all work. Okay, now let's do some very basic writing for Riley. So, major quests. So let's move... Where is Riley, actually? Oh, she's in here already. So let's remove this one, then. Okay. Entry, 128. Now let's go in order, I guess. Entry 044. Entry 061. So main speaker saved. I guess that's fine. Let's do like if they aren't introduced. So I think for 5. Well, let's just say for these ones, it'll just be like talked equals 0, subtopic, casual, intro. And let's do like a go-to, like, notes. And for that, it'll be, well... And I guess I'll keep, well, what should this be? Let's say, like, not stats, Riley / info. Or maybe I can do even better, notes, Riley, intro. Oh, whoops. There we go. So let's also maybe introduce the task here. Because that is in... Where's Dialog Viewer? Introduce task. Okay. So if task exists, return false. So we'll just do task ID, visual name, note, extra tags. So it needs 6 capacitors now. And we don't need this one here. So you've seen the tire with the giant tree. Very clever name. Let's say this actually let's note here tree, tower, bridge. And the player will just call it the tree tower. But okay. There's 6 for capacitors. Function, plug them in the front entrance, or the entrance will open. Or I guess... Okay. So we need saved 113. We'll just note Riley/intro. And then I guess this will be... Subtopic. Introduce task. Or like a... Tree tower bro. Because I'm thinking this will be where we introduce this for all of these different things. So we'll just have like let's see. So if not main speaker dot saved, talked equals 0. Let's do main speaker track enemies. We actually need something different here. Well, let's just do, for now, let's just do a casual intro. So that's going to be casual intro. To do intro for player. And this will just be subtopic, free tower, intro, back. Well, actually, okay. And actually we can do a stat here, plus stat Riley/intro. Well, actually, I have a better idea. If this task doesn't exist, so we're gonna do not stats. Oh no, not global task exists. That. Well, maybe this should still be talked equals 0 for now. I'll have to figure this one out. And then for now, we're just gonna have eventually these will have unique things. Let's just say and then there we go. Why do I keep saving in here? Like, okay, hang on. Save. Okay, so that does work. I just am insane. Alright, there we go. Now Rally exists. Oh, oh. Yep. Hmm. Oh, right. I already took the capacitor. I'll have to review the footage of that. So now... I wish the hair just worked, but that's okay. Okay, so we should have this. True Tower is also called the bridge. Let's not have so much duplicate code. Or duplicate text. So let's just say she wants to open the tower and explore inside. Need 6 capacitors to be opened. But actually, why do I keep doing this global add note? I can just do note tower back entrance. Because this way I also get these stats that I can then use to narrow down what the player is talking about. But okay, let's teleport to 5. Okay. It got a lot darker, a lot faster than I expected. Yeah, these are fun. And also it randomizes the color of the lights for a little bit more variation. Oh wait, I forgot is there a terminal velocity? Oh well. And eventually we're just down in here. Oh wait, no. We're not just down in here. I'm actually stuck. There we go. Oh, wait, hang on. Does this place allow rescues? There we go. Wait, what happens if I use the wardrobe from out here? Can I? Wait, no, I can't use anything while climbing. So that problem solved itself. Okay. Okay. So I now need, some sort of thing. Otherwise, this is unique dialogue. And this will eventually be unique dialogue for each of these entrances. Oh, and we don't even need ammo anymore. Hmm. Oh, I remember. Oh, I'll put as an interesting little thing. I had a neat idea. Riley, or like, let's do neat ideas. Riley mistakes you for Valor. Or no, for Yakazi. Only if you were wearing a shop. Because right now, her intro is always in Yakazi the first time you see her. And eventually I need to make that an actual language. I'm going to use probably the Georgian language, like I mentioned before, because I just like the writing, and that'd throw a wrench in the allegory of the game. Wait, we don't need this. So let's do... I should probably not write like 15 of these simultaneously. So what I'm going to do, let's start from 113, since that is still probably the most chronologically useful one. Okay, for now, let's put this just inside here. So that way, only I can do it as like part of development. And then here, Riley's gonna be like, scrap, let's get like spatial, power, exterior. Let's do like a scrap pile. So Riley's just going to be hiding behind some scrap. And we'll have an enemy group. How does Riley work, actually? Oh, okay, I see. Then let's add some death mats. So there'll be 2 of them bullying from here. And then there'll be 1 that's up on a little tower thing. So this is basically putting it almost exactly as it was way back when. And this little guy will have 0. Let's say his health will be 60, because he will drop a coat. And all 3 of these guys are not respawn. And, shielded cloaked speed. Let's do 0 here. I think that's how I do static moving. Okay, so if speed equals 0, that. So they start moving if you attack them. And I think for this one, what I'll have is... Let's put this... So this won't be in the functional deadline. But I'll have it like Riley can move flower platforms into position. Do like basic ideas. Oh wait. Okay, yeah, all of this is fine. I think what I'm going to do is a couple of them, at least a couple where you get the pistol. Okay. So like build friend ship. I need that one. So I'll just put this in like the route inside the tower, and then the tower itself is also going to be very important. So let's do so that will be, I guess, here. So the moment you get the last capacitor. And then there should be some place where she can actually stay. Or, I just thought of an interesting idea. What if the player... I'm going to put that in some of these major quests as well. Where you can just call NPCs, like, because there's followers. But what if you just are at a payphone, and then you just call the NPC and you're like, hey, can you, like, come over here? And then we'll go to the place. And then that way you don't have to walk to them and then walk to the place where you're going to go. That'd be fun. Let's say, call or Stod on the, or on payphones. Because I think that'd be a really funny mechanic. Yeah, let's just get this in here. Okay, so Riley needs 3 of these guys. Let's start a new game and let's see if this dialogue still feels correct. Because there is going to be now the issue of, if you already have the tasks, if you talk to Riley somewhere else, she'll assume, because the way her dialogue is written, that you talked to her right there and saw her in danger and then walked away and talked to her again. Wait, why was I? Oh, I see why. I was here because I did that. Huh. Interesting. If you hold crouch... Ah, well. We need to start a new game. All I need is to teleport to 113, talk to Riley, and then figure out how exactly I'm going to, or what exactly I want when you talk to her in one place and then come to another. Oh, they were infighting. Okay. So now if you talk to Riley again... What? So not main speaker dot saved. Otherwise... Oh, I see. Well, why did I set it up like this? I have a good idea. Let's do not stat Riley / intro here. Oh wait, not quite. Okay, and then let's do... This should be up here, though. So Riley intro, I met a strange girl stranded near one of those white towers surrounded by death. Nuts. Let's say, she would just say this. Oh wait, yeah, that's fine. And then otherwise, if we have this, we'll do that. Oh wait, no. Now we need, not stats. Riley intro. And here... I rescued a strange girl stranded near one of those white towers surrounded by specters. Okay, and then that should get that there, and then we can do casual intro. Stats, or like notes. Riley intro. I met a strange girl named Riley. Explorer. And also, we actually do need a different thing here, which is like stat Riley save, or like met 113. Well actually, this is gonna be tricky. So yeah, if we haven't met her before, we need to do this stuff. Otherwise, not stats Riley slash help, or like, and here we'll do plus stats Riley slash help 113. So in this one, the player has already met Riley, but they haven't actually talked to her in this specific instance. So we're gonna have let's do that. And then, what should I do here? I guess actually, we need this first. Then, we do this stuff in here. Because then, we're gonna push this back this way. And then these are here. Okay. So let's say I'm not good enough shot to... Yeah, let's say that's good enough. Okay, so now there's a new thing. So basically, if the character is in danger, it'll first check if you've spoken to her in this particular instance. And if you have, it'll just do this again. But if you haven't, it'll then introduce you, will either introduce you to her or like, oh, it's good to see you again. And then you can do the task or not do the task. And in either case, you'll actually be put right here. And then, once you have that, you can do this. Eventually this dialogue should probably be a little bit better, but that's fine. But then once you've saved her, if the task doesn't exist, you can either introduce her again because you killed the enemies before you talked to her. Oh, and I should do the quotes here. Someday, I'll have the ability to create proper quote characters in Sublime, but I'd have to make like a plugin for it. It'd be complicated. I guess maybe I could do like alt quote. Like, what does that do? Yeah, I could just bind that to something in here. I'm skipping around in these albums. Man, YouTube does not like playing my playlists. But okay. So then we introduce ourselves, then we can do this. Oh wait, Not stat Riley slash intro. Oh, wait, I see. Otherwise, not stats. Well, I know what it should be. This should be 113 slash help, I think. Oh, what should this be? Because when do we tell her our name? Like normally. So Riley slash intro. So Riley slash intro is actually reserved for when you've actually met her. So let's do that. So this is the one. What is that? So if not stat Riley slash intro and not stat Riley slash help 113. Otherwise, I guess let's just do this in the opposite order. Stats, Riley slash intro. Well, Riley slash intro is actually kind of tied into... Hang on. Oh wait, it got me with the old gambit again. I specifically set my playlist to loop and shuffle, and then I press the next on the last song, and it takes me out of the playlist because it doesn't take into account that I wanted to loop and shuffle the playlist that I clicked loop and shuffle on. And like, this is what I'm... Hang on. Let's go to net test. Let's go to speed test. While YouTube takes fucking forever to load. Hang on, let's go to one of these up here. It's okay. Let's see what my speed test is. While YouTube takes, you know, minutes at a time to load.
Good morning, all. Controls will be set to manual following your request.
Okay,
Thank you for choosing High Warp. We hope you
buttons, please click. Buttons, please click. I mean, it is a lot worse than it normally is. But it's still 200 megabits per second, so it's kind of... Like, what, do I need, like, double fiber? Do I need, like, quadruple fiber? Like, this is what we're dealing with here. Okay, let's check the processor speed then. Hang on. Is it because of that? That could be an issue. Because, I mean, this is taking a lot of stuff. I think YouTube is deliberately making itself worse for Firefox. Okay, can I shuffle playlist? Can I then go to the next item? Let's just pick one of these. There we go. Okay, there we go. So let's test this. Let's just make it feel the way that I want it to feel, because there's so many variables now. Have you talked to Riley in this particular place? Have you actually learned her name? Have you, like, just briefly talked to her before? So, first things first, why is she not saved now? Like, all the enemies were dead. Because these guys, yeah, they don't respawn. I guess I can just kill them again. Oh. Right, and these guys still do that every now and then. Let's put that in the bugs. Death gnats fly around inconsistently when you approach. There we go. Ah, that's fine. Okay, so this one was because I have something that I forgot to put in here. Okay, thanks for the help. I'm Riley, by the way. I guess that's fine. Okay, so we got a billion things. So I think ideally for each of these, what we need is let's go to like tower 113. So there's several instances. So like we Riley, or like let's say have met Riley. New item, talk. It's like we have either met Riley or not. We have also either killed the enemies. Ugh. So this is, we've met Riley for the first time. We've learned about the danger in this particular tower. We've killed the enemies already. And then learned about the danger and learned about the tower. It's like, I guess, learned Riley's... Well, let's just say met Riley is like Riley / intro. Like, the first time you hear Riley's name is when you get... So, let's say Riley / intro. So we actually need this to be here. Okay, so we have that pretty well. Yeah, so this should not be here. This should be only after you've saved her. So let's do, not stats. Let's just do talked equals 0 here. And then here we're going to also have these. And let's just have this here. Okay. In fact, do we do anything saved 113? Okay, so these are the only two places for these. So I mean, I guess I can just put this in here. I don't want to have like a bunch of unnecessary things. That's a lot longer than I thought it was. Oh well. Okay. And we don't need Riley / disgust / capacitors anymore, because I don't think we do that. Oh wait, but we do need 113. Actually, notes. Riley capacitor 113. Or, yeah. There must be a capacitor inside the tower. So let's have this... Yeah, I guess that's fine. There should be there. Okay, so not stat capacitor 113, not stat rally discussed capacitor 13, or 113. And let's do this here. Otherwise, let's just do that. Well, I don't care that much. Let's just have that be that. Okay. I sneezed right there. Okay. So I think this now does what I want, but let's go through it in a big brain flowchart. If this is the first time, or if Riley is in danger, if you haven't heard this from her yet, if you haven't been introduced to her, she'll assume that you speak Yakazi, and she'll do that. Otherwise, she'll do this. And this ignores the talked stat, because the talked stat can be, well, should I ignore the talked stat? Yeah, I guess I might as well. Because I can also justify it internally as you didn't talk to her enough that she actually remembers who you are. But okay. Then, otherwise, if she needs help, she'll tell you. And then that's noted there. And then once that's been noted, she'll say that she could use some help, because we still haven't actually helped her yet. And then, if we have helped her, if this is actually the first time we're talking to her, she does that. Otherwise, actually, let's do otherwise not stats. Help 113, Riley / help 113. Okay, I see what I need here. Let's do otherwise, not intro. And then let's just say that's good enough. So this is not stat rally / intro. I guess all of this could be here. Okay. And then all of this stuff can be there. And then I can figure out what of this needs to be done. Well, let's do this. Oh, I fucked that up completely. Okay. Oh wait, no. That's very specifically something else. So if this task doesn't exist... Well, there's no way that we could be introduced to her without... No, it is possible to be introduced without actually having the task. Let's just have this here. Because we're just going to do otherwise. Alright, let's do this now. So it's just going to be... Does activate the medium... I don't think this task is, like, a thing anymore. Okay. So this is if we have that quest. And then we're going to do otherwise not stat capacitor 113 if not stat Riley / disgust / capacitor 113. Alright. Let's do that, and then we're going to do otherwise this, and then we can remove that. Okay, and then we can do this. And then otherwise... Alright, let's do... Well... Let's do... I have no idea. Basically, I should probably have some special dialogue for when the player tells Riley that they found the capacitor, because this just tells the player that the capacitor exists. So I need... Let's just do that. Plus that Riley / disgust found 113. And we can do global abolish notes. This one. And we can actually do, we discussed found 113 here. Okay. Because now we don't actually need to do this. We can just remove that. Because this is, we have picked up the capacitor. We have not discussed the existence of the capacitor. Otherwise we do that. Hang on. Oh, I see, okay. It just took a while for the playlist to catch up. Okay. So we should also have a stat here for, let's do like plus stat found capacitors. Riley / found capacitors. So let's do stats. Global stats. Riley / found equals 1. And then let's do otherwise. Actually, let's do like a subtopic for like done or like completed. Capacitor found. That's a good one. So shop generic. I forgot that you could buy things from her. I should figure that out soon, but for now, capacitor found. Because they should only occur once. Because we just did this one. Okay, so if this is the first time we found a capacitor, then we'll ask where are you going next. Otherwise, I assume you're going... Yeah. I think so. And then we'll do... Actually, otherwise... Well, let's do, like... dollar found. Or is this? Because then found equals 1. Otherwise, found less than 4. Otherwise, let's say I'm not so sure. So this is hinting to the player that this side quest is on hiatus until you find some like big advancement. Because basically, you for the first 4 capacitors, that'll be that. And then should be see, are the foundry in Mazlikir, and the medium in Bashar. So let's note Riley / hiatus. Well, why would she be so excited to find all, like, the first 4 if she knew? Well, I guess she might not have known. Let's say, and I haven't seen any other ruins. The Foundry in Mazikir and the medium in Bashar. And the capacitors, the last. So this would be Bashar, free power quest, and Mazlikir. To the medium. See, so let's say I asked before and couldn't get anywhere. I'd be surprised if he changed his mind. Because I guess it could sort of push the player on a little wild goose chase, and that'd be fine for a little bit. But I don't want the player to feel confident. Used in Mazikir and the 2 in the medium. Say for the tower. There's some being used in Mazikir and the 2 in the medium. Okay. So let's do. So that's fine there. Otherwise, like, not stats. Capacitor 044. Nope, 128. Nope. 061. Okay. Admittedly, these are like very, very similar right now. But that's okay. Let's do this, actually. So once we've got 6, we can make our way back. Okay. Hmm. Let's just do like stats or like dollar. Well, I can just do entered from. Well, dollar chunk. Let's do yeah, subtopic template or like common. Sorry. And so that way I can do just here common dialogue. And this will be like dollar stat. Or no, dollar capacitor. And then otherwise, back. And 0.5 will be unique. Okay. Okay, so what we need now is otherwise like dollar, what should this be? Not stats. Ooh, this will be tricky. No, actually, it won't be that bad. I just need to do not global stats Riley / disgust. Or Riley's, yeah. Plus capacitor. Whatever. So if you got the capacitor, it does that. Or if you haven't got it, then it does this. Found the capacitor. And then we can do this and go to capacitor found. Otherwise, we just go to capacitor found. Okay, so for now, this will just be a template. Because I think I actually do need this to be bespoke for each one of these, because there's going to be like unique things when you discuss it with her. But okay. And I don't need this. And I guess Riley will be doing a weird thing each time you talk to her. Maybe it'll be this time she's, you know, pinned down by the death nets. Another time it could be something else. Because I remember way back when I first made her, the premise was she was just going to be sort of generic side content where, like, every time you met her, she was stuck in a similar situation and you just cleared it out for her. But yeah, this time, it's gonna be different. But okay, let's see if the dialogue actually, like, flows in a structure. Let's just go... Actually, let's teleport up to, like, 128 first. So if I talk to her up here... Where is she? I think maybe she has improperly configured stuff. Only if saved, delete if saved. Okay. Oh. Well, that answers that. It doesn't answer that. Where is she? Oh, wrong character. Okay, let's go to Riley and see if she's here. Which one are we anyway? So no enemies. Inventory, inventory. Where is her? So entry 128. So this is the right one here. Free and enemies. Okay. So she should not be deleted here. Oh, I see. If result not equal to okay. So the result is validate. Not global stat capacitor 128. What? Oh, okay. Expression.execute. Okay, I understand now. So I guess let's start a new game again. Because, yeah, I think there's just something wrong with my, Oh, wait, it might be, actually, something wrong with the power thing. Because if it's set active false and then set active true, well... Okay, so why is this being set? Oh. I'm dumb. I forgot this was supposed to be an activate. Or I didn't forget, I just mixed up set active and activate. Okay, so now they won't automatically set that. Let's do that. So now we reset the game. So let's try a different workflow, or let's try a different flow where I go to Jackie first. Let's do, oh wait, no. Ah, this is fine. I was gonna get the hover scooter, but that'd be cheating. But I am just gonna teleport everywhere. Okay, so now she's here, and now I can talk to her. Intro for player, cool. That's okay. Interesting. So eventually I should have a different dialogue after that then. So it shouldn't do that found capacitors jig again. Okay. But now let's talk to Riley. Oh, it's good to see you. I could really use help. Stuck here. Let's see what I can do. And eventually Riley's gonna have a shotgun. Because I think she's good with... Well, she can use a shotgun, she's just not a good enough shot to hit those flying guys. Okay. So we're looking for more capacitors. And then, actually, let's see what she says now. And eventually, I'll do the actual follower stuff, but I guess that'll be after I just get this basic structure working. Okay. Very playable video game. So if anything else, not at the moment. Shouldn't I have capacitor 113? I guess I just didn't set the stat, maybe? Power thing? Ah, I didn't. Okay, let's double check these then. Incredible. I fucked up all of them. Except for one. Alright, let's just do stats, capacitor 113. Oh. Right. She disappears instantly. So I should probably not have had that then, because now and I've realized this should not be here, because this is... Let's just do found capacitors. Let's do global count capacitor. Well, plus global stat, fuck. I need to track how many capacitors you've found, plus how many capacitors have been inserted into the things. So let's just have like plus global stats power 121 door. What's that going to be called? Because we need each of these things. Actually, you know what? I have a better idea. Let's have like a sum stats thing. Oh, but I can't have nested arrays. Because my parser is too dumb. I mean, I guess I can just make it support nested arrays. Yeah, I'll just have to do that. Because I want basically, let's do, like, this, that. No, we need actual things. Capacitor, 113. For now, actually, let's just do... I'm sneezing up a storm today. Maybe it's the summer. Okay. Global stats, capacitor 044 plus global stat capacitor 113 plus global stat 061 plus global stat 128. Let's just do that for now. So found equals 1, where are you going next? Otherwise that. Okay. So now it actually just keeps track of it directly. And plus, I saw that there was a bug where I talked to her multiple times and it bugged that out. And eventually what it's going to do is she'll be... Because she's going to be following you... Actually... I guess let's just not have this immediately listen then, as well. Yeah, we'll just have this not do the listen. Because otherwise, if you don't have her following you, I want her to still be there to talk to. Because I might just not add her following you for the time being. Okay, let's... I guess I gotta start a new game. Actually. Okay, now... reset. Also, I don't know why she was there still. Like, I didn't change how the thing works. She's still supposed to be... Like, she's still supposed to disappear when the stat isn't true. But okay. This one that has the board? Because that'd be kind of cool. It is. Okay. Cool hills. Blah. Found the capacitor. Set var did not work. Bool and int. Jesus Christ. It's a dynamically typed fucking language. Can't I just have like one thing in my entire life? making me defend JavaScript over here. But like... Oh well. Wait, what the fuck? I didn't even pick up the capacitor. What the fuck? Capacitor 044 true. Hang on. It's because it's deactivate. You have to deactivate it. You don't activate it. Let's go back to the power thing. Capacitor stat. This is when you deactivate it, not when you activate it. Let's just go up the minor version, break all the saves. Well, no, that's not true. In fact, it didn't. This is just the save version. Okay. Because it doesn't really count as a version if I made it in a day and it was bugged and I changed it. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without getting an aneurysm. Okay, cool hills, blah blah blah, player stuff. And then let's talk to her again. Then let's do this. It doesn't fucking work. Why is that? God fucking damn it. Let's just set the stat. Found the capacitor, cool. Okay, so now she does that, and we'll see her later. And then just as a treat for me, I'm gonna go down. Let's see, where is 61 again? Wait, it's way over there. And 128 is also way over elsewhere. Maybe I should have one that's closer to the center of the game. Ah, well. I can just add them and remove them as I feel fit. Okay, now teleport back to 113. Going through our familiar dialogue. Actually, let's kill these guys first. Eventually. There we go. Come over here. There we go. Okay. Why did we skip straight to that? So that should have been, so if not main speaker saved, if global task blah, okay, so we need something. Let's just do that. What would you say? I guess, that. Let's do this. Stats. That. Well, what should we do here? I think actually... Let's have that as a thing. Let's have this as a thing. And then here... So if we haven't introduced that, then if stat that, presume you were looking for this capacitor. Let's do, like, this, maybe. Let's do, like, otherwise. So this will be plus stat. Riley discussed capacitor 113. So that way we can just ignore this. And then we don't need this for now. Okay. So this is, we haven't found that. And then, like, we'll go to not stat. 113. Else you wanted to talk about thing at the end. That's all for now. So I can actually do, now we can go back to this sort of chronological thing. Okay. So you're looking for more capacitors out here. Yes, blah, blah, blah. And then if we have the capacitor, I presume you needed this. So actually, we would do this. Okay, yeah. And of course, the first like 40 minutes that YouTube has been able to go uninterrupted without completely fucking up and dying, it has the music then dies because it thinks I'm inactive. Oh well. Maybe it's just deliberately acting out of spite because I have an ad blocker. Let's do like what is the thing? This here. Bound equals 1. You can hold on to it if you want. Okay. So I think with this, the general structure of this one dialogue sequence actually will function, but only one of the five things. But okay, on the capacitor, do it if you want. Okay. Teleport to 61. There we go. Oh. Let's just take this. Okay. Then we can go down to 128. Okay. Continue dialogue. On the capacitor. There's a few, but we'd have to ask for them and it'd get complicated. The only ones I know about are the Foundry in Mazlikir and the Medium in Vishar. I don't think I'm comfortable deactivating the Medium yet, but perhaps I could ask in Mazlikir. I asked before and couldn't get anywhere. I'd be surprised if he changed his mind. Okay. Let's actually do... I should probably have separate things here. So Riley's not confident we'll be able to find more capacitors for the tower. There's some being used in Mazlikir and the two in the Medium. So what I should do then is once we have all 4, or once we have all 6, how do I want to go about this? Because it could be that we have Riley tag along with us after we get the 4 capacitors. And then once we get the final... Well... No, that wouldn't really align with the story. Oh. Once we get all 4, I think we can do the fun... No, I guess she'd just go kind of her own separate way for a while. And then we can probably bump into her somewhere else. Probably back at her home village, because during this quest, the player should be also building up a relationship with Riley. So that way, the player knows where she actually lives. And then they can just go back to her home village and be like, hey, I found 2 more capacitors. And it'll sort of like... Because Jackie will kind of be, minor spoiler alerts, dragging Riley along for the ride in the final bit of the quest. Because Riley kind of is doing the exploration just because she doesn't have much else better to do. Yeah, this will be interesting. For the final bits of this, we're going to need some spoiler warnings. Because this is actually like the quest that ties into the end game. Where am I even going? I guess to Mazlakir, but I'm already way past it. What I need next is to fix that stuttering. But I guess that'll be after November, so that'll be in 2025. Oh wait, Mazlakir doesn't even exist anymore, I forgot. I completely wiped it off the face of the map. But yeah, LODs would also be good, because right now the pop-in is pretty obvious for almost everything. And it's not very fast. I guess I should test this again. Oh. I saw an extra indentation warning. Hang on. Riley. Error. Line 117. I wonder if that's actually true. Oh, it is. I can't believe my error messages actually, like, were correct. Why do I have a capacitor on me? What? UI. Found. Hang on. Oh wait, but hang on. This isn't gonna show up. Let's just do if item equals capacitor. Where did that come from? What? What? Okay, first off, why isn't this... well, whatever. Maybe it's something to do with the just not debugging properly. Let's start again. How... where do I add a capacitor to the player's inventory? When on earth did I do that? Like, that should simply not be the case. Like, item found capacitor, but it's not item found plus item name. If not startup and standard item, on item change. Let's just do this then. Because I think it's something, because for some reason it's not working correctly. Okay, there we go. Set item count, add item, deactivate. Okay, I see. What we need is this to be not here, because it's actually in the interact key, where we do, if active, add item, deactivate. Okay. That makes sense. I should have figured that the you know, capacitor adding gizmo gadgets would do a thing with that. But okay. Jesus Christ. Just let me highlight the text and press backspace, please. Okay. So now, no capacitor. That seems pretty good. Let's give this guy this. Then we'll just teleport in 28 or something. Okay, and then I found the capacitor. Okay, so we should also have it so that the intro works still, even with the other stuff. But that'll be fine. That'll be for later. Teleport to 44. So I'm going to test the actual only dialogue that has any complications to it, which is 113 at the very end. Okay. Teleport 61. And also something to do with 5. Stuck in this donut county. Okay. Then teleport 113. So I'll need to do a bunch of testing. Get back down here, you coward. You need to be downhill from them to get advantage. Which admittedly is kind of dumb, but eventually I'll make them better. Okay. So let's read this carefully. Oh, Jackie, thanks for helping with those death nuts. Oh, it was no problem. I presume you were looking for this capacitor. I did not pick up the capacitor. So that's great. Presume... Okay, it's because I was an idiot. Okay. Capacitor. Why is there a tab? Okay. Let's go to found, or capacitor found, whatever it's called. Okay, anything else you wanted to talk about? Nothing at the moment. Take it from the top. So many branches that have to be handled for just, like, the most basic interactions to feel correct. Because it's like, it's crazy how, like, all of this is literally nothing of substance. This is this is over 100 lines of dialogue that says literally nothing of any interest. Or it's like the most basic, like, components of explaining the scenario. Alright, let's have some fun. Let's hover down to him. Or her. Okay, we did that, got that. Oh wait, I guess I can just go in any order. Wait, and actually, while I'm here, let's go to the world, let's go to the demo area. Let's just make the demo boundaries not have any collision for now. Demo, so boundary demo. No collision. Because I'm tired of having to constantly no-clip, like, through things. Okay, so let's try one of the other bits of dialogue, because we know... Oh wait, no. There we go. Jak, thanks for helping, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure there's at least one in the tower. Okay. That can be a tree. Alright, there we go. Now it actually works. And then I still need to test, like, the other, like, 7 branches of that dialogue. But I'll just save it for, like, 6 weeks from now when I'm actually playtesting all of this stuff. But okay. Found a capacitor, great. Presume you're looking for more capacitors then. Okay, let's teleport to 61. And then what was the other one that I didn't do? 44? Okay. Found a capacitor. I think so. I guess, do I necessarily need to test this again? Okay, cool. Hills, this is unique dialogue. Found the capacitor. So sure, I've been looking around and I haven't seen any other ruins where I'd be able to pull out a capacitor. Sure, I've seen more. There's a few, but we'd have to ask for them and it'd get complicated. The only ones I know about are the Foundry in Mazlikir and the Medium in Bashar. So I don't think I'm comfortable deactivating the Medium yet, but perhaps I can ask in Mazlikir. Okay. So I think that is the location's functional. So let's say that. So the dialogue. Let's say this should be in the levels section, because right now we can just have pretend like stuff. So building friendship. Let's say get the last 2 capacitors. So we need, first off, just the basic structural thing of I need to actually add the system to get the last 2 capacitors, and then I need a way of contacting or finding Riley. And then we need a way of getting into the tower. And like some sort of dialogue for that. So yeah, let's just put that down. So like, get the capacitors. Contact or find Riley. Go to the tower. So with just the placeholder skeleton, then that would give me ample space, or like ample opportunity to like make the actual interesting bit, which is going to be all the content within this framework. Because now Riley can function as kind of the like mechanical tutorial for all of these things. Because what I think is going to be is basically when the player's going to go into the ruins and Riley's going to follow you, and that way the player can just ask about certain ruins by just walking up to them and noticing when Riley has a little exclamation point above her head. And then also when the player finds weapons, Riley can tell you maybe about them, because I think she's just some sort of enthusiast for these, or for these ruins. And the next step would be to figure out if I actually like that design for the tower, and if I do, to make this one look more like that one. Because it is a little regular, but this one's a little flat. Alright, I forgot. Now I can just... It's so freeing. I can just go between them. I don't have to, like, always no-clip. And in the distant future, the game won't stutter when it loads the chunks. It'll be the very distant future, though. What else should I do in the meantime? Because I'm basically killing time because I have like 6 minutes left until I officially end the stream. But I guess I can just end early. Like, nobody's holding a gun to my head to stream for 4 hours. But okay, so tomorrow, it'll be this sort of endgame thing. Because now we have the skeleton of, you walk around, you pick up stuff, you talk to Riley. And then once we have that, it'll be the dialogue at the particular locations and sort of conceptualizing what they're going to be, probably sketching out some basic stuff. So like, let's say like basic blocking / concept. Well, let's say basic concept, because I'm not going to do any sort of like actual level design during this first phase. And then you build friendship by talking to her basically as like an sort of, it's meant to feel like an incidental component of this like dialogue, even though it's actually going to be vital stuff. So like disclose, or Jackie divulges, or like explore Jackie's home life, and like why she felt the need to come out here in the first place and stuff like that. Yeah. We don't need that one then. Okay. That's not really what I... Well... And then maybe part of this functional deadline will be having Jackie or Riley become a temporary follower. It's like, let's say, initial level setup. New level. And these are more important, though. Okay. And then soon, I'll need to also start exploring the actual end game that's tied into this. Which I guess isn't technically part of this yet. I guess it'll be its own thing. Wow, I cannot touch type to save my life. Okay. Okay. So I think that'll be it for today. We got a little framework set up, so that way the video game should exist at some point. And I'll be back tomorrow for probably a long stream, because as I mentioned, I think Monday I'm getting Thursday and Friday off of work for the July 4th, so I'm going to use that time for, I guess, just more of the same. And then after that, well, it'll be interesting. This will be fun. But until next time, see you then.